Children, I'm going to start our next chapter, and it is the electrochemistry. It is third chapter, and so electrochemistry is the branch of chemistry which deals with different reactions, different processes, which involves the current and different solutions, different properties. So it is the branch of chemistry which deals with the reactions in solutions using current. Current or vice versa. We have different cases, like we have cells, we have batteries. So there is the chemical. There are different chemicals, and we have the generation of electricity. Similarly, take the case of electroplating. What happens? Electroplating there. So first is, in cells, batteries, cells and batteries, the chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. This is one. Now, then there can be electroplating. In electroplating, we pass the current. So on passing current, metals are deposited. There is the deposition of metal. So this is the basic point about electrochemistry. Now we'll see another important point about the conductors. So this is the first point. Then coming to conductors. So conductors are the substances or the materials through which current can be passed. So these are the different materials. These are different materials or substances through which current can be passed. Current can be passed through conductors. And on this basis, the conductors can be classified as electrolytic, metallic, and semiconductor. So these are the three basic types of the conductors. And so we have seen this semiconductors in the first chapter. Now electrolytic and metallic. So first is electrolytic. Electrolytic conductors are the substances which are electrolytes, means they have the ions as the charge carrier. So they are the substances. They are the substances having ions as current carrier. Example, all salts, acids, bases, forms electrolytic conductors. all salts, acids, bases, they are dissociated to form the ions. Like say, if take the case of NaCl, so in water, NaCl will be decomposed to sodium ion and chloride ion. Similarly, take the case of sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide will be converted to, so these substances, electrolytes. So electrolytic conductors are due to the electrolytes. Electrolytes, they provide the ions or charged particles. Now coming to metallic conductors. Metallic conductors, so they are the metals. When metals are responsible for the transmission or transfer of current. When the metals, and you know why it is so? Because metals have what? Lot of electrons. You have read in metallic bonding. So in metals there is the metallic bonding, and we have this electron C model. So this is electron C model. This is the metallic bonding, and all the metals, you know, they are conductors in different degrees. Some are good conductors, some are poor, some are in between, some are bad conductors. So this is electron C model. Electron C model. And so this is about the conductors and electrolytic conductors. And so this is the basic about this conductors of different types. Next very important part is the classification of electrolytes. So children, electrolytes are classified into two categories. First is strong electrolytes, and second is weak electrolytes, and strong electrolytes. So as name indicates, so strong electrolytes are the electrolytes which are dissociated completely. These are the electrolytes which are dissociated completely into ions in either solution or molten state. So there is complete dissociation, means 100% dissociation. All the electrolytes, ionic compounds, example, all ionic compounds, they are dissociated completely. How? Like we take the case of KCl. There is K, there is 100% ionization. So this takes place in all the cases of strong electrolytes. Now coming to weak electrolytes, so they are not dissociated. Completely. So these are the electrolytes which are not dissociated completely. and there is always possibility of finding out the undissociated ions in the solution or in the molten condition. Example, all the organic compounds. Let's take the case of acetic acid. So acetic acid, it is soluble, but there is little solubility. It is poorly soluble. So it will be dissociated like this: CH3COO plus S3. So there is never complete ionization. And so what will happen? The availability of ions will be much less in case of electrolytes. So weak electrolytes, they have very important point to note that they have some interesting properties. And so this is the brief description about this different types of electrolytes, conductors, etc.